welcome back. So we're going to be using the clone tool next. So you'll need to open this Cloning in Perspective Photoshop document. So what we need to produce is something similar to this. We're going to just check this layer 1 off for a minute so we can see what it is that we need to do. So you can see we need to copy this image here and clone it over here. So the first thing you need to do is go to Window and make sure Clone Source is ticked. So you get this window here. You also need to select the cloning tool, and we need a fairly decent brush size, which I'll go over in a moment. And you need to sample all layers, which will mean that you'll be able to select from all of the layers. So if you go to Background and then click New, it should put a new layer. So that's just a new layer down the bottom here, just above your background layer. So now that we've done that, we can start using this clone tool. So as you can see, it kind of highlights as a brush, and if you click Alt on your keyboard, it will select the area you want to clone. So I want to clone this window, so if I click Alt and I'm holding down Alt and then I click with my mouse where I want to clone, and you can see it's starting to clone that image. So we're going to paste the image here, so if you just draw it out like you would with a normal brush, and you kind of follow in where the window shape goes, all the way around there. I want to make it look as natural as possible, so actually that doesn't look too bad. We're not cloned too much of it, but you get the impression. We're probably going to have to highlight that bit there as well. Okay, now I'm going to clone this shadow as well on the floor. I'm going to kind of draw around that there as best I can. Okay, so now we've got this new layer, but it looks a little bit strange. It looks like a little bit of a bigger window, so the perspective isn't quite right. So now we need to go back to our Free Transform tool that we learnt in the last lesson. So if you go Edit, Free Transform, and now you can warp this into position. So you can see I'm using Control and Command on the keyboard to warp it into position slightly. I'm going to move that along a little. So if I use my Move tool, position it around about there and go back to the Free Transform. And we want to line it up as well, best as we can. So something like that, and you should have a cloned window. Now again, it looks slightly wide, so you might want to play around a little bit with it. You've got a little bit more time than me to play with that. You might want to have a go at skewing it and scaling it and all of those things until you get it right. Something like that. Okay, so have a little play and see if you can come up with that. Okay, thanks for listening.